All right, picture this. A high-priority request just slammed onto your desk. The business needs a rock-solid, multi-cloud log retention strategy. And of course, they needed it yesterday. This isn't just some abstract problem. Today, we're going to walk through exactly how a senior architect would tackle this from the ground up.
So there it is. The request has landed, and everyone from the C-suite on down is looking at you. You're the senior multi-cloud architect. This is your world now. So what's the first move? Before you touch a keyboard, what are the big questions you absolutely have to ask? This, right here, is where every great design begins.
Okay, before we write a single line of code or even think about provisioning a service, we have to nail down our core objective. This isn't just another tech task on a to-do list. It's a mission. And any successful mission always starts with a crystal clear brief.
And here we have it. This one sentence, this is our entire world. Let's just pull this apart for a second. We've got two completely different timelines, 1 year and 7 years. And we've got two goals that are kind of fighting each other. Keep our costs way down, but also make sure we can search through everything. Every single word in this request is both a roadblock and a signpost. This is our blueprint for what success looks like.
So let's really get into those timelines, 1 year and 7 years. These aren't just some random numbers someone picked out of a hat. They represent two totally different business needs. And as we're about to see, they pull our architecture in completely opposite directions.
First up, the 1 year requirement. I want you to think of this as your hot data. When something breaks right now, like a huge production outage or a scary security alert, your engineers need to find the cause, and they need to find it fast. This 1 year rule is all about keeping the lights on. The data has to be indexed, online, and ready for somebody to search it at a moment's notice.
And then you have the 7 year requirement. This is the long game. This isn't for debugging some bug on a Tuesday morning. No, this is for when the lawyers call or when the auditors show up. This is for deep historical analysis. This data doesn't have to be instantly available, but it absolutely positively has to be there, safe and sound. This is all about compliance and managing risk.
And right here, this is the core tension of the whole project. That 1 year need for instant searchability, that screams expensive, high-performance storage. But the 7 year requirement, plus that little phrase cost optimization, well, that pushes us hard toward cheap, slow, deep archive storage. Our entire job as the architect is to find that perfect sweet spot right between these two opposing forces.
Now, as if that wasn't tricky enough, we have to solve this whole problem across 3 completely different cloud environments. This is where the challenge goes from just being complicated to being truly complex. We're not just solving one puzzle here. We're solving 3 interconnected puzzles all at the same time.
And here are our players: AWS CloudWatch, Azure Log Analytics, and Google Cloud Logging. Each one of these is its own powerful, self-contained universe. They've all got their own pricing models, their own storage tiers, their own query languages, their own rules. The thing is, they were never really designed to play nicely together.
So here's the most important thing to get. The real test of a senior architect isn't just about knowing how to set a retention policy in AWS. It's about rising above the individual platforms and creating one single, unified strategy that actually works across all of them. The goal is to make 3 totally separate ecosystems feel like one single, manageable system. Okay, so we've looked at the problem from every angle. We get the mission, we get the requirements, we get the multi-cloud complexities. It's time to stop admiring the problem and start actually forging the blueprint for our solution.
This framework breaks it all down into 3 clear, logical steps. First, unify. We have to get the logs from all 3 clouds into one central place. Maybe a data lake, maybe a security tool. This gives us a single pane of glass. Second, tier the storage. This is how we attack that cost versus speed problem head on. We set up automated rules to move data from that hot, expensive storage to cold, cheap archival storage after, say, 90 days. And finally, plan for search. This means having 2 different ways to search, one for super fast queries on recent data and a well-documented process for waking up and searching that 7 year archive when you get that call from legal.
Now, the key thing to remember here is that this 3-step approach isn't the final, detailed answer. It's a strategic blueprint. It's the high-level thinking that has to happen before you start picking out specific tools. This is the framework that's going to guide all of your technical decisions and make sure you build something that's not just robust, but also scalable and cost-effective.
And that really brings us to our final thought. This whole exercise forces us to ask a really fundamental question. In this world of just massive amounts of data, what's actually more valuable? the petabytes of data you're required to keep, or the critical insights you're able to find right when you need them the most. That's the balance every great architect has to strike.